Hey guys, hope you're all well. Um, in my last video, I spoke about how I wasn't necessarily only going to be making videos about travel from now on. And today I actually wanted to talk about something that's like not really travel related, but I guess kind of relates to travel. So what I wanted to talk about was about the fear of missing out, but specifically related to food. So like the fear of missing out on food. And I've kind of been like analyzing myself and looking at like the way I eat and like what I eat and that kind of thing over the past like few months, and I've really kind of wanted to make some healthy changes, and I've always struggled. Every single time I decide to like try and eat healthy, I'm like, oh, but like I want to eat chocolate, or I want to eat cake, or it's like, oh, what if I go to a party, like I'm gonna miss out on all the food at the party, or what if I go here and I can't eat at this restaurant. I've really started to think about it in maybe like the last week or so, and I started to think about my eating habits. Now I just thought to myself, like, what do I do, like how do I eat, kind of thing. So I realized if I go to a party, I want to try everything. Like I want to try everything that's there. And I thought about like, why do I do that? And I think it's because I'm like, well, I don't want to not taste something. I don't want to not know how something tastes. I want to make sure I taste everything. Like say if I go to a particular place, like say Westfield, I want to go and eat at Five Guys because like I'm in Westfield, I want to eat Five Guys. Or sometimes I'll go to Westfield just because I want to eat Five Guys because I enjoy eating it and I don't want to miss out on eating Five Guys. And then I thought about like at work, if someone was to offer me like a biscuit or chocolate or something, I'll eat it. Or like during the week, or like so if I know, like if I say to myself, okay, I'm gonna start eating healthy on like Monday or Wednesday or whatever day it is, I know what I'm like. I'll like eat everything the week before. Like I'll have heaps of chocolate, crisps, cakes, cookies, like whatever I want, because it's like, oh no, come Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever day I've planned to like do this diet or like to start eating healthy, I'm not going to be able to have it. So I might as well have it all now because I don't want to feel like I'm missing out. And then once I start the healthy eating regime, I just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm depriving myself, I'm missing out, blah 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 blah. And so it's kind of just been like a bit of a cycle basically. And like I love junk food. I literally could eat fries every single day. If they would like, if fries were healthy, I would be the healthiest person on the planet. Like I love fries. I love chocolate. Like there's just so many things that I love eating. But I got to the point this year where I was like, no, 2019, I need to sort out my health. I need to do something about this. I need to actually like try to eat well. I need to try and develop some kind of sustainably healthy lifestyle and get to a point where like I'm actually using food to nourish my body. And so yeah, that's what brought me on to starting to think about like how I eat, what I eat, and why I go and eat certain things. And then like I'd kind of be thinking, is there such a thing as the fear of missing out on food? There must be. And so when I was on the way to work yesterday, I just Googled, and so many articles came up, and I started reading them, and I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds like me. Like this sounds like what I'm like when it comes to food. This sounds like the kind of behavior I have when it comes to food. And I started reading them, and I read articles of people who've been able to overcome it, people who have like people have written tips on how to overcome it, people have written things you can say to yourselves, people have written things that like you can, I don't know, like strategies you can use to deal with it. And so I was like, it was literally like a ding, like a light bulb moment. And so I was like, okay, if this is like what my eating habits are like I need to tackle this somehow. So I read a whole heap of articles like on the way to work, and then like I almost did my usual thing. Like what, normally I'm like, okay, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start Monday, blah 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 blah. And like I'd already had breakfast at home, and I got into this bad habit recently of like going to the work canteen and having a second breakfast. And I thought, oh, well actually, I could go to the work canteen and get like a sausage sandwich or something. Like that's not too bad. And I thought to myself, actually no, you can start this from now. And like one of the things that one of the strategies that I've read about in a lot of these articles is the whole like thing of saying to yourself, like, this food is always available, I can always eat it, it's not like off limits, I'll have another chance to eat it, I don't have to have it now. And like when I started to think about that, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so true. Like I go to Westfield and I want to eat Five Guys, but it's always there. Like I don't have to have it. I've tasted it before, I know what it tastes like. I don't have to have it like now or today, or like it will always be there, like it's not going anywhere. And so over the past couple of days I've just been reading more articles and like finding more strategies, and I came up with like a heap of my own, or like kind of sort of the ones that they said, but kind of I sort of reworded them a little bit and came up with my own. So I thought maybe I would share some in this video. Let me just get my iPad. So there was something that I've read which was kind of significant for me, which was to remember that it's your body and you have sovereignty over it. You don't need to eat or not eat for anyone else or to save someone else's feelings. There are ways to be respectful yet firm in going to bat for your nutritional needs. After all, if you don't do it, who will? And this like really rang a bell with me, because like situations where people are like, oh no, come on, just have one, like, oh come on, like I made it, or blah 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 blah. And like actually, like, yes, you could just have one, but you also don't have to feel pressured. And like I think that's going to be a big one for me. So some of the things that I've read about, so one of them said, this food will always be available to me, I can eat it whenever I want, I will not be missing out if I don't eat it now. And this is like very 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 true for me, to remember, especially with things that like are just readily available in a supermarket, or the restaurant is always going to be in that same shopping centre. It's not like I'm somewhere in the world that I'm unlikely to go again, and it's unlikely that I'll be able to try that food again, or at least not for a very long time. Like when it's something that's readily available in the supermarket, I don't need to eat it now, I don't need to eat it just when I'm craving it, because I'll be able to eat it like whenever I want, if I did want to eat it in the future. Like it's not a case of I have to have it now. Another thing I read about a strategy was to use procrastination but to your advantage. So like if you think, oh I really want chocolate, then think like, oh I'll just eat it later, I'll just eat it later, to the point where you actually end up forgetting about it. And I've done that over the past couple of days, and some of the things I've wanted I've like not had, because I've just been using that strategy. Another thing, if I miss out on something, the world will not end, my day will carry on, and I'll probably forget about it later. So like I don't have to taste every single thing, or like it's not essential to taste every single thing. The world will not end if you miss out on tasting something. It's just something that I'm having to tell myself. And it's about having some things sometimes, not everything all the time. Yeah, if I go somewhere that has like my favourite burger place or something that I really want, I don't need to have it every time I go there. I can have it once in a while and enjoy it. I will not miss out by not eating it there and then, and I can just eat something healthy and carry on with my day. If it really is a one-off food, a special occasion, or food I can't find often, then I'll enjoy that food and not feel guilty. And I need to listen to my body and the signals it gives that tell me when I'm full and I need to stop eating, and I can adjust my own portions when I figure this out. By not eating everything all of the time, I'm gaining better health, better sleep, more energy, better skin, healthy hair, less bloating, and feeling more comfortable in my clothes. And I'm missing out on bloating, health issues, poor sleep, low energy, and potentially long-term health conditions. And I can choose to eat when I'm actually hungry and eat mindfully, and I won't feel guilty about what I eat or don't eat. So at a party as well, so there was actually a work party today, but I can still enjoy the event without eating everything in sight, particularly the shop bought foods that are readily available to me. Of course, I can try things that I don't always get to try, particularly if it's a special occasion, but the world will not end if I go home without knowing what something tastes like. I can still enjoy the party, I can still enjoy the company of others, I can get my enjoyment of the event from something other than the food. And I can choose to eat with my mind, not with my eyes or my cravings. If I'm craving something, that doesn't mean I need to eat it. The fact that I'm craving it means that I've tried it before, so I know what it tastes like. I'm not missing anything by not eating it right now. I'm allowed to eat whatever I want, whenever I want, but I'm choosing to eat based on the actual nutritional needs of my body. I'm not depriving myself, I'm choosing to look after myself. I'm choosing to take care of the one and only body that I will ever have. And the last one, I can totally do this. Like, this is the first time in a long time that I've actually felt like I fully understand this, like my eating habits and why I eat the way I do, and like I actually feel like, you know what, I can actually do this, I can actually beat this thing. And I think a lot of it is been the mindset, like changing my mindset from thinking healthy eating means depriving yourself and not having the things you want and missing out on things, to changing to like thinking, actually, I'm not missing out, I'm not missing out, like I know what this thing tastes like, I'm not missing out by not eating it all the time. And also thinking that actually, like, I'm gaining, like I'm really gaining things, I'm gaining better health, better sleep, like, and just kind of, I guess, switching it around to a more positive mindset, and also thinking about like enjoyment in like enjoying other things, not just the food. But yeah, I guess this was kind of just to speak about this, and hopefully someone can relate to it. But this is only like what, day 2 for me. I'm gonna like see how I go, but I'm really determined, and I hope to make more videos on it as well. And also I want to talk about like the positive changes, whether it's physical, mental, etc. So yeah, it was just kind of to talk about this, and hopefully someone can relate, and like comment below as well, like if this is something that you struggled with or that you feel like it's something you can relate to. Yeah, and I guess the kind of where it does link to travel is like, obviously when you go away you want to try all the food in the local destination, which is absolutely fine, like that's perfectly normal. But I think what I might try to do is like try everything, but also try and eat healthy. I try and find like, say, 1 or 2 really good places that I really want to try, and then the rest of the time I would like try and like not go crazy, sort of. Like, say if I went to Italy, maybe I'd have like a really amazing pasta somewhere and a really amazing pizza somewhere, and maybe have like a few of those, but not eat like huge pasta dishes for like an entire week, because I'd probably feel awful. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am at the moment. This video has actually turned out to be way longer than I thought it would be, but if you like it, then give it a thumbs up, and I hope to do more of these videos. And yeah, I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye.